It's good, love.
It's good.
Nothing. It's Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
It's our time to shine. Word to Sam Capone.
Our Friday.
Our Friday, yeah. How you feeling?
Feeling good.
You looking good too. Mm-hmm. I was taking some pictures of you. Normally you don't let me flick you up. I be trying to. I got to sneak a flick. You know, but you let me flick you up, so I was appreciating that.
As are you. Shit, I seen the muscles.
What muscles you done
You got
see?
definition. Your calf got definition and shit.
I got that.
And your stroke game.
Oh, here we go. We're not even 60 seconds in and we already talk about the stroke game.
Hey, I just gotta give credit where credit is due.
Hey, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But let me go back to my original point. You're looking really good, so I'm proud of you. I just want to say that off top because I know that there's a lot of people out there who struggle with their body image. Mm-hmm. They struggle with just trying to lose weight and be comfortable with losing the weight.
And I think with me, the fact that I didn't give a fuck of how I looked is how I felt. I started to feel like very, I'm not that I'll be out fucking exposing myself or shit like that, but I feel like to me, I just feel to me, I didn't do all of that, but I still felt comfortable, like, where I was,
right, which you were dressed.
Yeah, but now it's, I just wasn't feeling right.
Right.
And I was like, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of fighting this battle with myself.
Right.
So I'm like, I gotta live.
Yep.
I gotta live for my son. I gotta live for
the bald-headed nigga next to you. Thank you.
Yeah, and I gotta live for my pride. Like,
right.
I'm gonna beat Tito in a race soon. Shit, fuck that.
You know what?
Shit.
He's long and slender.
Every day I run a second more.
Yeah, no, I'm not doubting you do it.
So,
you know what I mean?
Nah, but shit, mom gotta be able to hold it down too.
Yeah, no, you definitely, like I said, the progress is inspiring me. When I fell off, I was looking at you do it, and I was, as I said previously, when you hit 300, I was happy for you, or your goal. I was happy for you, but for me, I was upset because I didn't hit mine because I slacked off, so you inspired me to get back at it, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to give you your props off top and just let you know I see your confidence, I see you shining, I see you glowing, and that makes me happy is to see you happy, and the fact that working out, whether it's at the dojo, shout out to Sensei Tony and your dojo fam, and you just went back, you know what I mean, and even though you can't lift weights for a while,
I'm still killing it. I'm still, I took it a little easy today, but tomorrow I'm gonna go back at it. But on Monday I'm gonna just start getting, beast mode. I know I'm feeling good. Feeling good. So finally back. I'm gonna go back to my chiropractor on Monday. Call in and schedule an appointment for sometime next week.
Okay.
Maybe do Tuesdays and Thursdays, and get my shit, just my arm, my here, what was the shit called?
Like your forearm?
The top of my,
yeah.
It's really hurting.
Now, how does that feel? Because I've never been to the chiropractor. Me and Tito were chilling and watching some videos of people get like cracked up.
Weird and shit.
Why are we weird? We're just chilling. It's interesting to see these people get snapped up.
Other more important shit to watch.
Yeah, we watch nature videos. You know what I mean? History videos or whatever, animal videos. Yeah, I mean, what do you want us to watch? Like 90s rap videos, early 2000 pumps and the bumps. He want a girl with a pumps and the bumps.
There it is.
Y'all are foul, cause y'all turn that whole
shakalaka.
It's shakalaka.
I'm Mexican. Shakalaka.
Oh, shaka. I'm done. But that whole conversation you guys flipped. It wasn't about that. Master P is. I'm against him selling the soups. It was about him selling bullshit to us. He should sell us better product.
But I mean, maybe how about he eats that bullshit?
It don't matter. Why you gonna give?
Yeah, but it's like
I eat it, so I'm gonna give it to you. I mean, your intention should be to give us better products.
Usually, a person, that's what they, whether it be whatever it is, that's what they want to to be employed as or do business
someone
as. Like,
within that team should provide a better product. And you know what, what I wanted to do last week on this when we had this conversation.
So you're trying to tell me that nobody out there.
Well, let me tell you, there is a brother out there, and he's got a great story, and I'll post his link on the Honest Conversation About Hip Hop website. I'll post it with the episode of this Moragne, so you can find us on Lisbon. But his story is he was in prison, got out of prison, and then saw what ramen noodles were doing to the individuals in prison: diabetes, high blood pressure, all types of shit. Came out and came up with the low sodium, with the not a healthy, because ramen noodles aren't really noodles, but a healthier alternative to what is already on the market. Now, someone like Master P, in my opinion, should approach this brother and say, look, I'm trying to get a noodle line popping. I like what you're doing. How can we collaborate? How can I elevate your brand by putting a little boozy, putting a E40? You know, P's behind Rap Snacks, Cardi. They got Big. They got Amigos. So obviously he has the opportunity to reach out and strike brand deals with these artists or the companies that represent them and elevate this gentleman's situation. That's what I thought he should have done, instead of putting out your own mediocre line of noodles, where Soup There It Is was going to be you, who cooks healthy, to I'm gonna get rich with it, and it's gonna, be the, like your clam chowder when you really put your foot in it. But you also, you had a range of soups to make, and that wasn't gonna be just marketed to the hood. Soups There It Is was gonna be a truck that was gonna be everywhere.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from. So it's a different situation. I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, some people just want to do shit a certain way.
No, I know, I understand.
I mean, you're planting the seed for somebody out there to be, to do that. Maybe there is somebody out there. Who knows?
No, there is I just don't have his info. I was talking to Sime. Shout out to him and his girl Rachel, who came through last episode and chilled with us. It was a really cool experience. Looking forward to doing it again and sitting down with some other couples and having these conversations. Asha Matter next.
6 feet apart and shit.
Yeah, definitely. You're going to come over. We're going to social distance. You in my fucking backyard. So these are El Fresco episodes.
I was like, what the fuck? Why we outside? And everybody's like, I'm like, this motherfucker weird.
Why don't... No, that's precautious.
No, but still we were... I mean, I don't think we... Whatever.
Hey, like I said, I don't want to be blamed for nobody catching nothing over here. Except feelings. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, shout out to them. It was a great, a great episode. But P can do what he wants to do, and I need to find this brother's name. But he was incarcerated, got out, and now has his own line of low sodium, and somehow a little healthier noodle soups that are out there. So again, no, P is a legend. But I just think that I would like to see somebody, don't got to be P, it could be anybody else, get behind us and elevate us. We want to talk about ownership, partnership. Let's do it from the ground up. That's just my personal opinion on that. No slight to him.
I agree. I mean, we don't feed our son that stuff. As crazy as it is, we're at the store. We go to like a Cardenas and shit. There's just like no sugary shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then once we go to, we go to Trader Joe's or we'll go to
completely different.
Or we'll go to Mother. We'll go to Clark's,
Sprouts.
He's like, oh shit, He's like, oh, I like this. I'm like, what the fuck? We got that
Yoda,
baby Yoda, the
sugary shit. He wasn't fucking with it.
Still there.
Yeah,
he only tried it once.
Well, not luckily, but we made a decision very early on to not buy him or introduce him to that stuff. He has a Fruit Loop here and there or Cocoa Puffs here and there, but it's very rare. You know what I mean? Because he's eating healthier type of cereals. You know what I mean? And so he enjoys those. So he's going to gravitate towards that, especially whatever that brand is. My mom's used to buy them for my nieces when they were young. and it's that endangered species brand or whatever it is, like the panda and the puffins. Oh, there's puffins, and then it branched out to some other stuff. So I'm gonna give this out. I normally don't talk about this, but one of my things I would like to do before the casket drops is I'd like to own a market in, a neighborhood that has people there that eat the sugary foods, eat the bad foods, and have that market through the EDD program provide the better products that are available within that program. Because if you ever go to an EDD in the hood, or not an EDD, but if you ever go to let's say you go to whatever Ranch Fiesta in the hood.
So it's like going to Stater Brothers.
Right.
Or going to
if you go to Stater Brothers, you're gonna have better shit there to choose from EDD wise. There's gonna be more selection because there's more cereals. If you go to Ranch Fiesta, it's all that sugary shit. Cornflakes.
So you want a Ranch Fiesta, but with
yes. So right here perfect example. Right here in Chino, we have
Stater Brothers options.
We have Rio, right? Mm-hmm. I want to upgrade and provide better products, better cheeses, not the processed shit, the real deal shit. I know it's available because you copped it before when we had Tito on Wick or whatever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I want to be able to provide the better.
When I had Tito on Wick.
We're together.
Over here acting like you didn't eat them fucking lentils and shit.
No, soup. There it is. That lentil soup was fire as boom, and I ate it. And I love your lentil soup. And I'm not shit. My mama and her sisters were on
aunts.
And her sisters. My mom and her sisters. Yes, her aunts, my tias. They were on public assistance and grinded to get off that. So shit, I remember my grandma cutting the big ass brick to make some quesadillas and shit like that. That big ass brick of yellow cheese that took forever to go ahead and melt. And, she would throw a hot dog and give me a little pig in the blanket with some queso in it. You know what I mean? It'd be fire. So I'm not judging nobody in that sense whatsoever. I'm just saying you physically went down and had them signed up or whatever. But I remember looking at a lot of that trash and we weren't buying it. We were buying it and giving it away to whoever. But there was a lot of stuff
that needed it.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff we luckily didn't have to fuck with, and that's the shit I want to stop. I don't want our people or anybody that's struggling, and if you're struggling, you my people. I don't want anybody to have to eat bullshit, because over a long period of time, it affects you physically, mentally, emotionally. The chemicals do. And I'm not on the weirdo shit. This is fact. You can go ahead and look at the studies. So I want to thank my moms and pops, especially my moms, because she didn't have us on no bullshit. We might get Honey Nut Cheerios or Kicks, or something. That was our shit. Like, oh shit, Honey Nut Cheerios. But squeeze a little honey on. Extra honey.
You're right. It'll be more convenient when you're in the hood and the grocery store. That's what they got.
That's what they take. Right. You go in there and they got the fucked up bologna and they got the fucked up this and that. You know what I mean? And it's like you could,
especially when you pour in shit.
Exactly. And from what I understand with these programs, you're being reimbursed for this product. So you can technically buy something that's a little more expensive. And you don't have to really, because you're being reimbursed for this, you really don't have to profit that much from it. So you could have it at a lower price to do better for the community.
Yeah, I agree.
And then, how you go into Clark's. So before the pandemic, you would go into Clark's and they got demos like a motherfucker in there. Motherfuckers doing hand readings and shit like that.
Can we still have our fucking fried beans, deli and shit, and our chicharrones? Can we keep that shit?
Come on, that's part of the culture. Come on. How many days have I, when I'm not supposed to be in there, hey, you want some chicharron? Yeah, go. Okay, we'll just get the chicharron.
Yeah, but we're going to have the full fiber cereals to balance it out, right?
No, but you have options and mixes. There's nothing wrong with fucking with chicharron. I do it all the time. There's nothing wrong. I love food, especially good food. So there's nothing wrong with that. My mouth is watering. Yeah, my mouth watered. All in moderation is the key. Don't have 3 plates of the chili verde.
Yeah.
Don't go to the what was that spot? The something plate in Rancho.
Supreme plate, right?
The Supreme plate. Go in there and get that whole big ass box. I forget what that box is called. The Supreme box or whatever. Catfish nuggets and shrimp and fries and hush puppies, and that shit is fire, and you're eating it all up. Can't be doing that, especially on the regular. Trust me. So again, shout out to my parents who never gave me bullshit. I chose to do bullshit. Rest in peace to my boy Norm. What up, Pooh? What up, Sime? We used to wild out, do dumb shit and eat a whole lot of dumb shit at all types of hours and drink and do all kinds of stuff. But thankfully, I've been able to change my ways for the most part and live a healthier lifestyle with the help of this woman right here and her fabulous cooking.
I don't think that, that really benefited from us getting to where, as bad as the worst of us. But
well, we were
now
inactive.
I'm switching it up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna cook this shit. I'm gonna cook healthy. If we happen to be somewhere or something we want to celebrate, whatever, like, okay, well, that meal, that's cool. We don't have to, just balance.
Yeah, we don't have to do it all day. And I think that used to be a problem where...
And I haven't felt that I've needed something.
No, you know what? I want to give you props because you're no longer the person that's craving this and that.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm trying not to buy it.
Well, no.
Or I'm telling my parents too, like, don't buy it. But I've been feeling good.
You know what would mess us up the most? When it'd be like, oh, let's do a cheat day today. Mm-hmm. And then in the morning we go or the morning we do like dim sum. And in the evening we would go get the pork bao buns or whatever. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, we should go see in the morning. See if we can take a 1 hour break and we go to go get some chicken skewers.
I'm off tomorrow.
On Sunday.
To go to
see if they're open.
The little Thai spot. They're open.
Are they?
They're open, yeah.
We should go get some chicken skewers.
Yeah, you want some chicken skewers from
there? I'll make a salad. Oh, okay. No, they have that salad there.
They have a fire salad. So if you live in the Chino Hills area, oops, I hit the table. Sorry about that. But if you live in the Chino Hills area, right off of, what is that, the canyon?
Yeah. As soon as the Carbon Canyon and Chino Hills Parkway.
Chino Hills Parkway, there is a Buddhist monastery there. So be respectful and make a right into the parking lot and keep driving all the way down. And
take cash.
Yeah, you got to take cash. And they're going to have a market there. And in that market, they sell, really good pad thai. They have chicken skewers. They have all kinds of just sausage, different salads, different
desserts. Some desserts. The faux boat soup. I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's called a moon boat soup, which is so.
Moon boat? Isn't it moon boat?
Yeah, it is. I think it is.
No, it's a boat soup.
It's a boat soup. The boat soup is fire. There's a couple other soups there.
It used to be better before, but
their chicken wings are pretty good. But it's just a nice experience, and it's open air, so you can sit far enough away from people if the vendors and everything are still there. Take cash. They can give you some coins, and then the coins each, equal $1 or whatever. But it's a really
green is some shit. No, yellow, blue, and red.
Yeah, each color has a monetary value, but it's a good place to go, open air. And then you can actually walk around and check out the temples and things of that nature. They have bathrooms. You can go inside their town hall or whatever. I don't know what to call it. Their church hall or whatever. And really dope people. Sometimes they have shows, and you can just really get a glimpse of kind of another culture if you've never really. The only Thai people you have bumped into, or Vietnamese people you have bumped into, have been in the restaurants. It's good to see folks within their natural element celebrating their life.
And I think this is more unique, more traditional.
To my knowledge, I'm not gonna act like I'm super down and I know, but I just like.
I mean, the people that we spoke to there, the Vietnamese that we spoke to that are married, or no, is that
are like married Americans or whatever. Yeah.
They've told us of how.
Yeah, it's a cool vibe, and I like how the people remember us. My boy who does who does all the noodle dishes.
Always give you the chair.
The old lady she's always giving me a chair because the chairs, I was so big at that time I couldn't fit into the benches and the chair, so I had to get a chair. She would always see me and get the chair.
And you'd have that lady stand up and shit.
No, she was working and she would always be nice. There were some times when I wouldn't take a chair, but there were some times I knew we were gonna be waiting forever. Like, yeah, I'm gonna sit my fat ass down, So after a while we hadn't been there, and then we came and she saw me. She didn't recognize me. And then she looked me in my eye and saw, just looked at my face and was like, oh, you no more need chair. I was like, nah. I was like, I appreciate you. I don't need the chair. You know what I mean? So, but it's a cool place. My son loves it. We've caught praying mantises there. They got these little ground squirrels. Why is that so funny to you?
I would have fucking paid to fucking hear that.
I told you that story.
No, I remember, but I would have paid to be there and shit. I would have cracked up.
I would have paid you to be there too, so you could help bring the damn plates that I had to bring over there.
I'm saving our seat.
Well, yeah, you was sitting on your duffet waiting to eat your. What was that?
No, I was getting the fucking soup. So shut up.
Ooh, now you remember.
No, because I know how to hook it up.
You do make a fire boat soup over there. They have a beef soup too. Oh, man.
Then don't be mean to me, because I'll pack that shit up with chile.
You've done that to me before. Your mom's too. I remember one time when I was working in L.A.
Your ass do not stop eating though.
It's my lunch. What I'm going to do? I'm hungry. And so...
Go to the cafeteria?
Like most suegras, if you got a fire suegra, she knows how to make a fire torta. No matter what meat it is, no matter what the bread it is, no matter what ingredients she might have in the refrigerator, the torta is always going to be fire. So that day she had just made, it was like a jamon with some queso or whatever. And, of course, she's got lettuce in there. She's got avocado and tomato, So I'm looking forward to it. And like some chips and a soda or whatever. So it's like a real... I get called a yuppie a lot by my peoples, and it's true. When it comes to my food, I have a certain taste, you know what I mean? But again, you never turn down a fire torta. You just can't. So I'm hyped. I'm waiting, and I just remember it's later in the day. I'm a little hungry, so I just rip open the foil. I get right to it. Take a couple big, huge bites of it, and I taste a gang of chiles, So she's notorious for hiding. I've eaten random shit like my frijoles or whatever.
That's a joke that my mom and my dad have. Well, had, because he don't work no more.
Yeah.
But every time she would like, is there chile in your food today? Like just a little game.
But your dad loves that shit.
He does, and that's why he's like, but it's a challenge to see how much she put.
Oh man, she put. She had sliced up some, they were dry. She sliced up like some serranos or something like that in there. So I bit into them, and the dry, smoky taste was delicious. But they were fire. And I think I only had like a 12 ounce of something, RC or something. That was RC. So you know me, I love RC Cola. I'm going to sip that. I downed it because it was so hot. And then I had to go to the little machine to get a water or whatever. It was hot. It was hot. Not as hot as that time you made that habanero that made me shake. That was hot. Remember, it was so hot, your pops tried to front. He went in to watch the soccer game, and then he ran back out the room asking for the bread.
Yeah, making it was tough.
Oh, yeah, because I smelled it. And
I don't even fucking try it of salt. I think you tried it, right?
I'm always a guinea pig.
Was Jimmy here? No.
Jimmy was there too. Yeah, Jimmy was there too. It was me, Jimmy, and your pops. Jimmy is always a chile G. Jimmy has like, I don't know, gum in his stomach.
I have those fucking chiles there waiting, but you know what? I think I'm gonna use them next time I go to
for who? More. Who you gonna use it for? What you got? Habaneros?
I'm mixing for Marianne.
Oh, does she like hot chili?
Oh, she loves fucking spicy.
Really? What type is it? Shout out to Marianne and Ray. Hey, and you shout out to Lil Ray. Lil Ray entering the work.
Oh, he just messaged me.
Entering the workforce. Got his first job at McDonald's. Salute to him, man. He'll be 18 soon. He's already graduated high school, so go to school and experience your first job and meet new people that you probably never come across, man. I'm tremendously proud of you because you said you were going to do it and you did it. And that's what life is all about, man. Setting goals and achieving those goals, young man. So shout out to you.
You're setting a good example for your siblings.
Definitely. Big brother.
You
got to lead by example.
I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, me too.
He's hustling. He's trying to make it happen. And
yeah, man. You making big moves, man. Hopefully your chin hair can make them same big moves. Nah, man, that's my guy.
Tell him the same about his head.
No, my hairline is gone. I'm
little.
Bald.
I'm telling you, little.
What a minute about
for him to say the same shit.
My hair's never coming back.
I know.
Yeah.
Because your Uncle Jamie.
Shout out to my Uncle Jamie.
how far in are we?
We're 25 minutes in the show, and we haven't even gotten to the first topic.
Okay, so get to it.
Do you no longer want it? But okay, so shout out to you, Little Ray, and any of you youngsters, man, out there making moves. I always say we are the dinosaurs, and that's not disrespectful to people who are older or older than myself, but all we can do is influence the next generation. That's the change we can make. The next generation is the ones that are really going to make the change. They're the ones that are going to be in action and are in action making that change. So the best thing we can do is help them, guide them, and give them access to make the change. We're LeBron. They're AD. We're going to show you the way. So you want to get into the topics. So let's go ahead and get into the topics. Before we do, shout out to Cali Dreams. That's who I'm puffing on tonight. You can catch them at www.cali, C-A-L-I, Dreamzy, DREAMZIE.com. That's in the IE delivery. Holler at them. But we'll go ahead and get into our first topic. One of our listeners and wine entrepreneur, my guy Benji Banks, wanted to know. He wanted to ask a mature woman this question. Mm-hmm. He wanted to know that why women who are perceived to have be great catches, has a job, maybe has a house, has a career, has goals, successful, let's say. Why is it that more than often they date dudes that are perceived to be beneath them? So I'm going to ask you your thoughts on that. Is that something that you believe to be true? Or in life, is that something that you have done before? Have you dated a dude that you knew was beneath you? And if so, why did you do it?
I'm married one.
So I'm your second marriage?
I'm just no.
You must lie. You lied to the motherfucker. I thought you was married once.
No, I think for the most part, it's you. Wait, say the question again.
Concentrate one more time again, please. All right, so check it out. Benji's question is this. Shout out to One Hope Wine, onehopewine.com. Why would a successful woman, a woman that is perceived to be Miss Independent for a lack of a better term, but holds herself down, has a career, possibly has a house, takes care of herself, the quote-unquote, I really don't need a man type woman, mm-hmm. or a woman who I'm too busy with my career, I'm too involved with my career woman, whatever, just a lady who's holding it down for herself. I don't want to really put a label, but a woman who is clearly a catch.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Why is it that oftentimes they are dating dudes who are way below them? Unemployed, living at your mama's house. Working at UPS, but you're still banging. Got different baby mamas for different circumstances.
Unfortunately, a lot of women like them, quote unquote bad boys and shit, I mean, to me, it's just, I don't have no fucking time for it. But why do they choose them? Because, I mean, they probably want to see how that lifestyle is, but
because it's different from what they're living.
They want to feel probably superior to them or something. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, to me, I wouldn't really fuck with men like that.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Do you think that women who are looking for a certain type of dude are looking for that certain type of dude because of their father? If daddy was a thug, do you think the woman's gonna want a thug dude? Or if all that mom dated were thugs, or if all that mom dated
that's
were
what she's associated with?
Do you think that's where she's associated?
Maybe that could also be.
So have you ever dated anybody who was beneath you? I know you made reference to me. Everybody was beneath me. Even myself, I was beneath you.
Nah, you're to my level, baby.
Oh, okay, thank you. So
that's why I married him.
Oh, there you go. So let me ask you. why did you give whack?
That's why you married me.
Why did you give? Well, no, you married me because I asked you to marry me. You said yes. So I asked you, would you marry?
So I married. Yes, I did.
There you go. So why would you give a whack dude any rhythm, any attention? Why?
Because I think she could control the relationship.
No, I'm asking you personally.
Oh, what do you mean?
You said everybody before me was beneath you.
Oh,
so why'd you lower yourself?
No, and I mean it by you always want to uplift yourself and shit.
Right.
Because they ain't nobody now. But no, I mean obviously they were beneath me because I married you.
Right.
And you great, as am I.
I appreciate that.
So
damn, that was a cold Donald Trump answer right there. You completely didn't answer the question,
but
and then it was like,
you're
great.
See. I don't know. At that time,
the love is great. The marriage is great.
At that
it's
time,
the best
you know what? No,
ever.
There was a really bad relationship.
We're doing big numbers.
Can you
11 years.
Okay, next question. Or are you gonna hear my answer?
Go ahead.
Fuck.
Ooh.
So, I did have once a really bad relationship. Like the motherfucker had just got out of jail and shit, out of prison. So he did.
Like on some Chico de Bar, is the love still good?
So he was in there for years. So anyway, at that time I was trying to find myself. But I knew I needed fixing, but it was easier for me to try to fix others.
Can I ask you this? Was he writing to you when he was in prison?
Yes.
Okay, so he's sending you all the
yeah.
day.
So
okay,
we was close to the nah. But yeah, I mean sometimes it could that in my opinion.
Obviously, you felt a connection.
Answer, yeah.
You felt a connection with him, and you probably felt you were going to be able to somehow save him.
Yeah.
You felt like I can help him.
It was different once he came out.
Yeah.
Just his whole, it didn't match whatever he wrote.
Right.
Whatever he spoke.
Whatever he spoke, yeah.
When he was in there, so.
Yeah. And unfortunately, in those situations, that's part of the game. You know what I mean? But you live and learn, you know what I mean? And that made you a better person for dealing with that because.
But after a week, it was done. I'm like, fuck this shit.
Damn, so after a week, that was it? It bounced? Yeah.
I bounced.
Yeah.
And then I think right after that, he went back.
Damn.
I think he's doing life now.
Doing life? Oh,
I
man.
think last I heard.
That's sad. Shout outs to him, as far as hopefully he's good and, he's found peace in whatever he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Did that answer your question?
As far as why women do it? Yeah, no, that answered Benji's question. Shout out to him. One Hope Wine. We have some Moscato, sparkling Moscato, coming soon. So we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and review that when we get some of that sparkling Moscato. So go ahead and check out One Hope Wine. Some of the proceeds from your purchase of wine go directly to fight cancer.
As long as you don't pink at me.
You know what? We'll get into the pinking the whole situation. So you tell a funny story of when school was about to wrap for my son, they transitioned to at-home learning and there was a Zoom kind of meet and greet or something. And you like to sensationalize a story to say that I walked in with my boxers and, everybody saw me come into my boxers.
Babe, you were in boxers and a muscle shirt.
I was, but no one saw me but my legs because he was sitting on the floor.
You can see from your belly button down.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, you could.
So
why you think your son moved the camera?
So let me just say this: how come the teacher didn't say nothing? If I really flashed,
well, maybe the teacher didn't see. She didn't flash them. You didn't flash them.
Well, that's like trying to make them sound like I just walked in there and opened my boxer holes and swinging my penis. You know what I mean? Like that's wild. But what happened was a gentleman that works for the New Yorker is also a CNN analyst. His name is Jeffrey Tobin. And he was on a Zoom call and allegedly, well, not allegedly because he apologized, started jerking off on the Zoom call. I guess he thought it was over. And then two people witnessed him jerking off. And now he's been suspended. So my question to you is, what if that happened to me? What if I had to tell you, babe, I got suspended from work because.
And so did from your fucking life.
I was thinking about you, and your booty.
No, your family suspended. Like that's
how's my family suspended?
No, how the fuck do you not know any better?
I don't like. I said,
this is nasty. Who did he just see in that ending Zoom that fucking he wanted to masturbate?
Maybe one of his coworkers. I don't know.
And like, how do you not fucking unplug your goddamn shit? And I don't know.
Chevy's Regal got my dick so hard I can make it to the car cause that's too far. Word to Elder Barge.
I'll be scared. Should I be terrorized with Tito and Zoom?
Yeah, me too. I try not to come around as much anymore, but I don't know. I mean, obviously something came over him. He apologized. Now he's been suspended. I don't see how they let him back on TV. Every time you see him, you're going to think, hey, well, that's the dude that got caught jerking off. You know what I mean? You can no longer have a serious political discussion with me if you
that's what he did. That karma.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Why not wait? But again, no judgment. I just don't understand.
I mean, not that I'm happy, but this motherfucker should have known better. He should have had more sense.
Yeah, wait.
Imagine if one of them babies walk in and shit and he over there. Ugh.
Well, I mean, obviously maybe there's not babies in this house.
No, meaning them other people that were on the fucking video.
That were on the thing? Yeah.
Like, how Tito
first
be
of all,
always...
you shouldn't be jerking off anyway.
No, I'm saying, but imagine if that, like, it could have been worse.
It could have been worse. The two people who came out chose not to speak or chose not to be identified, but they did speak. They need to take
caution, that motherfucker.
Well, you got to.
I mean, shit.
You got, in that situation, it's like, yo, you burst your meat out on camera. I'm definitely going to check
That is like, who? Like, why? You can't, I'm sure you got a bathroom.
Right. Well, I don't understand. Like, I don't know why he was in that moment and just said, I gotta jerk off right here, especially on company time. But everybody's different. I mean, that's technically what you do when you jerk it on company time. You know what I mean? So, speaking of jerks, what do you think about Latinos for Trump? No. I'm fucking around because I know there's a lot of pro-Latino Trump supporters, and if you support Trump, that's your personal business, just like if somebody supports anybody else, right? That was just a funny segue, I thought. But John Leguizamo, who is a comedian, writer, director, I'm sure he's executive produced some shit. He's dope. He's been dope for a very, very long time, in my opinion, and highly underrated when it comes to what he brings towards the culture. But John Leguizamo has some really profound things to say about people, Latinos, who particularly...
You should link that. It's very... I wish I could see the whole thing.
The interview?
Yeah, with
I'm
him,
sure we can find it. But what was it that you took away from it?
It's just how much truth there is in it. It had me searching, like, is this really what it is? And yeah, it's just it's sad to me. It's just, I don't know why they feel. To me, it's more about he ain't a good person,
right?
Like, like he calls him. What did he say? He's a...
What did he call? He's an egotistical...
Yeah, yes. He's very...
yeah.
And it's just, you can't run a country like that. You can't. To me,
it can't
it's
be
like,
me.
You gotta be kind. You don't do that. You don't do shit like that. Like, people, like, they glorify the fact that he don't let nobody talk to him a certain way, or he's free-spoken and shit like that. But how is that good? Like... That's not good. It's somebody, you represent a whole lot of fucking people.
Right.
You can't, like, how many people do we already lose in COVID?
Right. We've lost almost 250,000.
It's just
to COVID or illnesses that have,
for him to continue downplaying it
because of COVID or made more severe because of COVID.
It's just, man, like, just be honest. Whatever people want to do with it, they do with it.
Right. Everybody has the ability to vote for whoever they vote for.
But it's just what I'm saying. That's my first thing with him.
Right.
That's my first issue I have with him. And the second is the fact that he's a fucking racist.
Okay.
He's a fucking bigot. He doesn't like black and colored people.
That's a proven
And now
fact.
because of COVID,
Regardless
he don't
of
like the Asians.
the photo opportunities he has. Yes.
You know, he just.
And again, it might not be likes. It's the wording that he uses and the way
Yes.
that he speaks on individuals of
Yes.
color, you know, that are unacceptable. And
It's
show
not as
no
a president.
respect.
You can't.
Right.
There's some certain shit you just can't do.
It's a tact and it's a fine line to walk, and it's probably the hardest job to ever do. And this gentleman just doesn't have the ability to do it well. And I think that's my biggest problem with him is really just the fact that he has the inability to think of anyone other than himself. If you watched any of the debates, it's been me. I don't know what his plans are for this next coming, 4 years. Biden shared a little bit more, but I've just heard the same shit from Trump. Ventilators, governors, Hunter this, Joe Biden works for Russia. I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to get rid of Obamacare, but he hasn't told us what he's going to replace it with. He's told us that people with pre-existing conditions will be covered, but we don't know how. We don't know when. We don't know what. All we know is we're working on something and it's the greatest thing. But those are his answers for everything. He really hasn't answered any of those questions. But yet, we're supposed to vote for him. And don't tell me go to a website because there's a link there. He has the opportunity to speak. My take on Biden, not trying to get political, but he's an old prejudiced dude. He's called us predators, super predators. Everything that Trump said in regards to that is fact. And what I don't like is that Biden really didn't own up to it and say, you know what, you're right. I messed up. So because I messed up, we're going to make this right and we're going to do A, B, C, and D. Now, I did say he was going to go ahead and invest X amount of dollars into sending into different states to help them improve and work on making their criminal processes better. I don't know if that frees anybody who should get out.
This motherfucker still keeps on being arrogant during his.
Who's that, Trump?
Yes.
That's all he has at this point, and that's what we want.
You know,
we want a gunslinger.
I don't know how true this is. I didn't have time to read the full story, but that he wants to hold fucking the stimulus check.
Well, basically he said that, and then he backed off of it. But now he's putting it on the Democrats, squarely on Nancy Pelosi's shoulders, saying that she doesn't want to pass the bill. And there's some different specifics in there. It's a political situation, to be honest. Both sides want one thing, one side wants the other thing, and in the meantime, we are the ones who are held in the
broke
balance.
out the slippers.
And the people who need this, thank God right now I don't. I'll take it, but thank God and thank the universe that we're in a better place. But for those that don't need, those that do need it, the businesses and things, this has been there since summer. They've been talking about pushing this through, the HEROES Act, and this still isn't there because of political bullshit. And that's why we need the people really need to make sure that we are electing officials locally, at a city level, at a county level, that are going to match the ideologies of those communities. Because the bigwigs, whether you're voting for Trump, whether you're voting for Biden, they're not messing with us, the people at the bottom of the barrel. That's just facts. And you can't tell me any differently. And if you identify with them for whatever reason, that's cool. But the reality is you're living with us. So you can identify with them, but you living with us. So how do we improve us? And I give Biden props because I think he had the best line of the whole garbage debate. He said he wants to talk about my family. He wants to talk about his family. We need to be talking about your family. And that's what it comes down to. It's not a Biden rant. People know I don't like Trump because Trump's mouth messes up the money. But Biden helped put a lot of people of color away for a very long time, when it probably wasn't necessary for all of them to do that amount of time.
But yeah, that didn't even really answer the question. But I don't know. To a lot of people, they just feel probably, it's a lot about religious beliefs as well.
Yeah, of course.
And I mean, although I respect that those are your beliefs, but to me, when I've, experienced church and shit like that, like, it was always about trying to brainwash. Like, it didn't seem, it's for the convenience of the religion. For whatever's gonna save the religion. To them it's like humanity, but and all,
For most people who identify as, let's say, Christian, a big thing is abortion. So if you say I'm not for abortion, you can be a horrible person. You can slap somebody's mama down a flight of steps, but as long as I won't kill a baby, I'm cool, and they'll rock with you. You could say, you know what, it's a woman's choice to choose. Doesn't mean Diami Moragne is choosing to do so, but Diami Moragne has no issue with letting this woman choose whether or not she wants to go ahead and not have this child. If that's what her and the father agree to do so, that's on them. They'll answer to what they believe in at the end of the day. So that's their business. If that's what they want to do, that's on them. I can't make that judgment because I'm a man. So the only time I can ever discuss abortion with a woman is if someone comes to me and says, hey, D, I want your advice. These are my thoughts. Or if you come to me and say, hey, babe, I'm pregnant and I don't want to have this baby. Let's talk about it. Those would be the only ways that I'm ever going to go ahead and have a conversation unless I'm invited to speak with women about that. But that would be out of place because, again, I'm a man. So only when it's personal to me can I speak on that. So religious folks will identify with anybody who has their same core beliefs, regardless of everything outside of that. And then a lot of times what they use is, well, he's not perfect. And that washes away all the other bullshit he does in their minds. And to me, you have to treat people a certain way. I know filthy mouth people, much like myself, who are very good people. They'll give you the shirt off their back. They'll do anything for you. Their flaw is they'll be like, yeah, man, what the fuck you need? I got you. Don't fucking trip, man. I'm gonna fucking take care of you, man.
What's fucking wrong with that?
But if I'm speaking that way to Brother Josiah, I will pray for you, my brother.
I mean, who talked? Oh, okay,
you with that wicked tongue. You know what I mean?
Like Marianne walking up, hiking and shit, listening to NWA, and then her pastor walks by. He's like, oh, hello.
What? So wait, Marianne was hiking, and yes. And Pastor John walked by?
She had a speaker. Marianne had a speaker.
So Marianne
not blasting it, I'm sure.
She got a mini boombox in Chino Hills on a trail. Straight out of Compton.
I'm sure brother there, Ice Cube. It's like the one Tito's speaker. Or the one we be using.
So in other words, it drowns out loud noises, but go ahead.
No, yeah, but she kept it low. I'm sure she didn't go in there blasting and shit. I didn't ask her, but you may text her if you like.
Well, you're the one telling the story, trying to.
But I didn't ask her, but she obviously put it down.
How did the pastor react?
I don't know. He was just like, oh, hello. And she's just like, oh, hi, pastor. And she was the one that was reacting. I don't think he really did.
It's comedy. Shout out to her. But
you sinning, again, sister. You sinning.
Let's take it back to the core of the conversation, which was Latinos who vote for Trump. Mm-hmm. Now, again, I believe you should Trump. If you identify with him, go ahead and vote for him. I can't judge you.
No, but just get your facts straight. That's it. And if those are your beliefs, then those are your beliefs. But right. Whatever, that's your vote.
So you think that it's cool for them not to say, well, I'm raza, and he doesn't, air quote, like the raza, so I should go ahead and stick with my people, or, no, I'm cool. I like what he's doing with his tax cuts for the people who are making a certain amount of money.
That's your choice.
I like his bravado. So they're not automatically sellouts because they vote for Trump.
No, to me, that's obviously, we're not the same people. And that's their choice. Would I think, was that something I would do, or would I like my son to do? No.
So it just comes down to morals at that point. You feel like moral wise, you're not going to turn your back on the raza. But,
and the fact that I'm a whole different person than he is.
Well,
we don't have his and our beliefs are not the same.
Oh, you mean Trump?
As just the way he is, just to me, that's just I don't think he's a good person.
Oh, okay, all right.
I
would agree.
For somebody like that to be running this country, it's not a good fit.
It's time for a change. He got his chance, and it's no longer your turn.
We're still alive.
We'll see. We'll see. He's got 2 weeks, and his people are out there, so it could happen. So speaking of it could happen, you remember Sister, little TV show with the two twins?
Mm-hmm.
Sister. So one of them is, I think both of them are married, but one of them is married and has some children. I think that maybe they both do. I want to say it's Tia, if I'm not mistaken. But her and her husband have had to make sex schedules. So like they put it on the calendar. I know that's something that happens in a lot of married households. How do you feel about a sex schedule?
I read the article, but
I'm asking you.
I don't know. Okay. Right now.
I get
it when I want.
Ooh, you get it.
So,
what do you mean get it when you want?
I don't. But back then, I was just so overwhelmed. I was just,
we were out of shape.
I just couldn't. I'm just like nah. But sometimes you're so tired, you don't. But we do get disconnected. I'll be noticing when we be going like 2 days without it. You like a crackhead scratching on it. You are mad. You are mad. You're mad. I'm like, oh
so
no.
Wait, you put it on me? Because I get that same feeling like you be tripping. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as I put it on you, then it's all, good morning, babe.
No, well, you're the one that be falling asleep. What am I supposed? I'm like, man, he's tired. So, I'm not going to wake him.
I get into bed.
And then I was in the sleep.
No, here's the thing. So I get into bed.
And then you be mad when I wake you up.
You be on that little column game or whatever you playing. And you ain't showing no interest.
Well, I do that to, unwind.
Okay.
To kind of go from one.
So tell me, hey, babe, I want to ride your pony tonight, but I want to go ahead and solve a couple puzzles first. Are you cool with that? Sure. I'll wait.
Isn't it more spontaneous when you just...
No, I like the spontaneous. I like when that goes down, too.
So you don't plan it?
But when you know you want it...
Okay, if you're too busy, whatever, if it gets to a point that we're too busy, we got to make sure we make time for that.
Oh, of course. It's off top.
But there is nothing wrong if there's spontaneous times.
Of course not. I like that. Those are the best.
There ain't nothing wrong with the quickie.
Yeah, sometimes.
At times it's better, if you have the opportunity during the day for a quickie and then a good one at night, then why not?
No, I agree with you as well. But if I can break it back twice, why not? That's just my opinion. But sex schedules.
I feel back to work, you won't. So didn't you say you just wanted to go back to work?
I did want to go back to work, but in the meantime, I can keep going to work. If you see what I'm saying.
Anyway.
Anywho. But so nothing wrong with sex schedules. As long as you look forward to it.
It's not like I'm going to put it in my calendar. It's like Wednesday and shit.
I
all right.
do that. I think that kind of gets whatever. Because then also, like, what if you're not feeling it that day? You're like, fuck, I gotta have sex later. You know what I mean? Like, you want to feel good. You know what I mean? Before, you know what I mean? Maybe just the act, that touch, being with your partner can take you out of the funk. I know that's worked for me. But sometimes you're not looking forward or leading up to it if you know it's on a schedule, I would assume. But also, if you're having a shitty day and you feel like, this was going down later, let me just get through this day and get there. So I don't know. I guess it really just depends on the person.
Let that day be every day. Don't have an attitude, and that'll be your reward.
Who has an attitude?
You be having an attitude lately.
You know why?
I didn't mad because you won't reach your 2,000 calorie goal and shit.
What are you talking about? 2,000
when you be walking, you be coming back mad and shit. It ain't our fault.
No, last couple of days I've come back disappointed because it's been easier. I'm not
okay,
hitting
well,
to
walk
my
further.
1,000. I'm gonna have to
speed it up.
Unfortunately,
but keep that average attitude wherever you turn.
Girl, you be tripping like at 8:20.
Cause your son, it's always your son, and what are you doing? Working.
Yeah, provided for the family.
when you're demanding breakfast and shit.
Making sure that dojo charge clear every month.
Shit, I'm still trying to make it happen now. I gotta figure this motherfucker out. I was trying to do jumping jacks and all interfering and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess he knew a heart attack was coming. So
welcome to my world. So, but no. Again, I'm not against the schedule, but I like more spontaneous type of situations as well. But if that's what works for you, that's what works for you. I'm sure she films TV. I don't know what he does for a living, so she's probably busy. So hey, I'm in town for the next 3 days. We getting it in. You good? Yeah. I mean, if I was in that situation where you were flying out, you only in for 3 days, I'm sorry. We
you flying in.
We making it happen, or vice versa. If I'm
but
out,
yeah, it's just I notice it has to be done. It has to. I can't.
There's nothing wrong with it, as long as
I think. To us, we both start feeling it. It's been 2 days. We start feeling it. And it's a lot of tension.
It's a lot of tension. And I think also it's a good release of tension for us in a positive way without really being physical or angry towards each other. We can still be physical in a passionate way. So it's just a different release. So speaking of that, Jada Pinkett's mom went on the Red Table Talk show and basically shared with Jada that she had non-consensual sex with Jada's father while married to Jada's father. So I know there's been cases in the past where men have been tried for essentially raping their wives. So I wanted to ask you how you feel about that.
What do you mean how I feel about that? I'm not for rape.
Of course
so
not.
Of course
but what
that's
I'm
not.
saying, do you feel that's possible that,
Of course, because no is no.
Right.
Okay, so as cliche as it sounds, no is no. You got to, if somebody says no, then that's what it is. If not, it's rape. Because at times, my mom, I'm sure there's been a couple of times like, man, let this nigga come. Like, but that's
wait.
She can get her over with. I want to go to sleep.
Who, me? You talking about me in this situation?
Yes. Who else?
So there's a couple times where you've told me no, and I've said I'm still gonna take it?
Meaning like there's been times where
you didn't want to
like, man, I want to, but it's my duty as a wife.
I got you. Well, hey, you know what? Good looking out. Thank you. I'll just tell you that right now. Thank you very much for taking.
And I think a lot of women do that at some point in their life. Not saying now, but at some point in your life when you're not at your best, that's when usually it tends to happen.
I'm gonna say this as a man. I would rather you not. Personally, for me.
Why? Because
I like it when you're engaged. I get, and this is probably too much for this show, but whatever. Anyway, we hadn't even said this. This is the Moragnes. I'm Diami, and you're
Mimi.
So I like it.
Yourself?
No, we haven't, and we're fucking 58 minutes in.
Shit.
No, it's just good content. So I like it when you are enjoying the act. I like that.
Okay.
That's something I need as far as gratification.
I get you.
So what I'm saying is this: if you're not into it, if you're just giving me some because it's your wifely duty, I appreciate it, but I would rather have you not give me none if you are just gonna give me some. I want you to want to give me something rather than, all right, come on. Get
I mean, that was old me.
Okay, and I understand. Old versus new is different. I got you.
Me having to be injured and not have any upper body, with weights and shit like that. My legs are getting stronger.
Man. You know what? Shout out to you for taking one for the team and playing injured. Hobbling out there. Kobe with the Achilles heel, shooting the free throw, and then walking off the court. I appreciate you, babe. But I would hope that women, if they didn't want to, like I said, if you didn't want to, I'd hope you would tell me no. And of course, I'm going to be like, okay.
Didn't this happen to Anna Mae a lot?
Tina Turner?
Yes.
Tina Turner was beaten.
I mean,
it's different. I don't know if Jada's Pops beat Jada's moms.
That's if you didn't read the fucking article, that's why I was like, yeah, that's why I'm saying with her, that was rape. Yeah. Because he used to be very abusive to her. So there's scars she has.
Yeah, of course.
Because of that. So
it's nasty.
Yes, it's rape.
Yeah, definitely it is.
But
rape.
If somebody says no.
At all? No. Yeah, no is no.
Unless it's like, like role play, like a game and shit. But y'all still gotta have a safe word and shit. Mm-hmm. Like if y'all reenacting
what would be
that
our
shit.
Safe word? We don't have a safe word. What would it be?
I don't know. It's never no.
Never know?
It's never no.
Never know?
No, I'm saying it's never no. Like I would never say no, stop. It's never stop.
So if I was like, babe, I want to choke you until you pass out.
Huh?
Well, I mean, but what if I was like, hey, babe, I want to put you in a headlock and squeeze your neck.
I'll tap and then I'll kick.
You stupid for that. But this is not a laughing matter. Yeah. No still means no, even in marriage.
Whap!
It might be different. I think if you tell us no in marriage, especially if you kind of like lead us on physically, because sometimes y'all be doing that. You do that shit sometime where you be rubbing me and all this kind of stuff, and then I'd be like, so what's up? You're like, not tonight. And then you put your booty right there next to me, you know what I mean? When y'all do that shit, we should be able to palm your booty, and we should be able to talk bad about you the next morning without y'all getting mad. I just think that's the trade-off. If you're too tired, if you're too stressed, if you got a rotator cuff that's torn, whatever the situation may be.
I'm busted.
Whatever the situation may be, it is your choice and your right to say no. But we should be able to palm your booty for the whole entire night, like a whole cheek, like a basketball type. And the next morning we should be able to talk shit about you. Not disrespectful, but just be like, oh, you foul for doing that. And you should accept that. And I think that's a cool trade-off. Mm-hmm. And I'm kidding.
But no means no.
No means no. Respect your woman. And women respect your men, too. There might be nights that we might not want to, take it down.
Why? Because you're sleeping with somebody else?
Nah, because maybe sometimes we're tired.
Now, water, let a bit of back up.
Maybe
I'm ready. I think I'm going to walk with you tomorrow.
Please, let's go. Let's go. Let's walk tomorrow.
Antonio needs to warm me up.
Yeah, hey, warm me up in the morning, walk with me in the afternoon. We'll see what the water lady's talking about. We'll go in there and get a Dasani.
I got my own Dasani. How about that?
Ooh, yes you do, baby. You got that.
Me Pusani, that's what it is.
Pusani?
Me.
Me Pusani, I know.
Me, like me.
Me.
Not
and
mine.
Pusani, I got
yes.
you. I got you. So, speaking of sex, wonderful segue. The Pope came out and endorsed here it comes, sex. See? Sex. Same-sex marriage yesterday in a video. And he basically says that God wants people to find family and for family to love each other. So he now supports that.
This motherfucker.
So yeah, as not a diehard Catholic, your mom is. I had a conversation with her.
I'm not really religious. We're born, raised Catholics. Well, I was. So to me back then, when I met Dee, when we met, I was like in my religious stage of my life. When I wasn't really, I was just going to church every Sunday. That's all I was doing. But to me, it's very, that was the only time in my life that I really wanted to be there, Or, and when we got married,
married, thankfully, yeah.
But, now it's just, we found another way. But anyway, I say that to say this. I'm glad we're evolving. I'm glad that, now my mom can see shit different way.
Yeah, her head kind of spun on that one. We were having a conversation this morning.
I haven't talked to her about it. I'm going to talk to her. I can't wait to have this conversation.
She's ultimately...
So to be continued.
She's ultimately accepting of the change.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is she?
As far as what he's saying. You can see that there's a lot of trepidation, but my Spanish is not at that level to go in deep depth with her. Mm-hmm. But I always say what I always said. It's your life. Mm-hmm. And you, depending on what you believe in, you probably only have one of them. So live your best life. I've, like you said, evolved. I've had my views change, my opinions change. Some of my opinions have become stronger over time. And at the end of the day, I believe you just gotta love everybody, man, and be the best person that you can be to your family, to your friends, to your community. Don't bring any negative or hateful energy, because that's only gonna return.
It made me feel very happy today, because when we were at the dojo, Sensei Tony.
Shout out to him.
But he had brought something up about the gays.
The gays? Is that how you?
That's what he.
It's the LGBTQ community.
I can't remember that.
I know, but
that's way too. They have the respect of me. Like,
get it down.
LG, but he was saying, he's like, I ain't got nothing wrong with them, and it's good for for people. Everybody's equal. So for them to be frowned upon is not cool. And that's what I was always trying to tell my mom, like, that's all right. That is okay if they want to marry. Like, don't see somebody's gay. Don't, whatever. It's cool. So, now that she started going to Zumba and she had her gay instructor, and me talking to her all the time about it.
Shout out to Freddie.
So so that's what she started understanding. Like, yeah, we're all,
Well, because you know what happened? She met a gay guy. Mm-hmm. And got to know him. And he stopped being the gay guy. And I'm not saying he ever was in her mind.
You know what? Because she's
and he became Freddie, but she didn't know these people.
No, but she's met gay guys before.
But did she know them like she knew Freddie?
Yeah.
As well as Freddie?
Yeah. But it was different back there. Back then, it was not really that accepted. It's not that accepted. And now I guess it's, shit has evolved and things, a lot of people are open about it. And it makes her more comfortable.
Because she's a little old school. Yeah. She's got a kind of, fit in type mentality. But, I'll give her credit. Her views have definitely changed in the, 10, 11 years we've been together. She's come a long way. At the end of the day, it's just accepting that someone else chooses to live their life, maybe a way that you don't agree with, or maybe a way that you're not comfortable with. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. And, hopefully this brings peace to families who feel like they are living in sin because, of how they choose to identify. And, maybe this makes, those families sleep a little better or feel a little more accepted. At the end of the day, I don't really care, but it's a good day for those Catholics and folks who are just looking for those type of wins. A big loss is and something that was talked about in this debate, 554 families have yet to be reunited in these detention centers that were first opened up by Obama. The law changed and it went from only locking up people who were criminals to basically, or had warrants and shit like that, or had violated law, to basically locking up everybody who is here illegally. So that's why there's these mass
sad ass shit,
incarcerations at these places.
Somebody has to see themselves in that position and just imagine how horrible that would be. Yeah, a lot of people, it's easy to say they come to this country. You've obviously not been out there and experienced the shit they've experienced.
Right.
And it's easy to judge. Very fucking easy. But these are families, human beings, just like us, that have lost their children. That they've been taken away. And it's sad.
Right, and these families are no longer in the United States. These families are in El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico, Man,
I would love to foster, a kid like that. If we had more space, I would definitely go in and just, because they'll be safe with me.
Well, listen.
Okay, maybe.
Hey, real spit. I'm sorry, Enrique. Much love. I got $250 a month for you, my guy. But my house is full. I'm not harboring any individuals
not right now. Not right here, obviously.
Hey.
We make
Agapito, my bad. But look, I'm gonna shoot you that $3. I'm gonna get you right. You know what I mean?
Look, you know what? That's very insensitive.
Where are we gonna put him, babe? I know anything is
really?
better.
It's not funny.
You know I joke.
But this is a human being. Like I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If we had the space,
right. So for the listeners out there, this is you know I give it up every single segment. There's gonna be some funny to it. So I'm not being very disrespectful, but meaning I can't have another body in this house.
No, I know we can't.
I would more have to foster financially.
Here?
I'm putting that out there because I don't want you getting little sugar plums in your head.
No, we don't have fucking room.
Next thing you know, we got a kid in here.
I already got to share my bed and shit.
You got married. Why did you think you would get married and have a solo bed? This ain't the 50s. We're not gonna have split beds.
You know, there was people that actually still do that.
There is a couple that I hope is still living, and I've lost touch with them, but they knew my mother.
Don't say their name.
All right, but they, for their whole entire relationship, they were devout Catholics. For their whole entire relationship, they slept separately. So I couldn't do that. And if you would have told me some shit like that where we're together and you're like, well, if we get married, we got to have separate beds. I was like, nah, I remember when you told me I'm never going to sleep naked. I was like, shit, she ain't even knowing. I'll never do that. You sleep naked? I was like, hell yeah. Oh, I have to be clothed. I like to go to sleep in turtlenecks.
You're stupid.
And Uggs.
I don't even own turtlenecks.
I was like, I can't wait to get you butt bone booty naked. I was like, I can't wait. Now it backfired because you guys get cold in the middle of the night. I wake up freezing like I'm outside in Alaska and shit, shivering.
You always shivering.
Because you always taking the covers. You got the fan on high, and we sit about 4 inches.
Well, you forget to turn it off.
You turn it on. I don't need it. I'm cool under the cover. Then you get cold, snatch the cover.
Well, that's why I put 2 blankets, one for you and one for me.
And you snatch them both.
We'll take one of them. Shit.
I'm asleep.
Fight for the fittest. Fuck.
Why don't you be a loving partner?
I don't know what I'm doing in my sleep, obviously. If I feel cold, I'm, survival.
You just go snatch both. Oh, wait.
I'm just grabbing. I'm grabbing whatever I can grab. If it happens to be your thing, then it happens to be your thing.
Oh, shit, well. You need to...
if you want, you better sleep higher.
You need to reach over a little father boo. Now, no, I'm just going to tuck the sheets under my nuts. Winner, chicken dinner. But no, to get back again, we get the funnies and get away from the real shit.
Yeah, but that's sad. That is very, very sad.
It's very disturbing. It's very troubling.
Imagine a mother having to live with that. Like, how could this not be more... I mean, how are these mothers not fighting more? I just saw a documentary. It can go both ways. I don't know. Like, to me, I'll be on that shit. I don't know what is being done and how it's being done, but it just doesn't sound like... It just doesn't sound right. How are these kids still out there?
Well, I would imagine as a parent, I would go down to the consulate of my country and I would ask... my child is in America. What is going on?
Yeah.
And I would imagine that the consulate would contact us so that way we could get this child reunited. So I don't understand where the missing parents are. Now, to the flip side, there's also 340 something kids supposedly that were put into the foster care system that are missing as well. That was a part of that article.
Oh,
that is what I really can't understand. Because if I've placed you in some sort of...
That's not their priority.
If I've placed you in a foster home, or if I've placed you in some sort of, group home, I should know where you're at, unless you've just run away. So, and I think that's, not to place any, or not to take away from the children who don't have their families. But we also need to think about these children who are missing. Where are they? Who did the government pick to have these children housed? So that was very eye-opening to me and very sad at the same time. So hopefully
Very, very sad.
When the new president comes in, hopefully these things can be sorted out, because no one deserves to live in cages, especially people who are coming here to try to make their lives better. I understand we just can't let everybody in. There has to be a process. It has to make sense. So
at the end, that's what
let those people be free with their families, whether it's in their country or in ours. If you're not going to provide them asylum or give them the opportunity to become citizens, then you have no right to hold them. It's torture, mentally and physically. So prayers to everybody who is going through that, and hopefully those families are reunited. Before we get out of here, we're going to try to lighten the mood and shit. In San Francisco, a rare lemur was stolen from their zoo. What would you do if that happened, let's say at the Santa Ana Zoo, which it actually happened years back, and I happened to come in with a cage and this lemur for Tito? How would you react?
Sure, how would Tito react? Tito would be fucking talking shit to you.
What do you mean he would be talking shit? He'd be happy.
He'd be like, Papi, no!
You don't think he would be happy?
He does not belong here.
You think Diami would...
He would, oh yes. You know how he gets with Junior.
He's 6.
That fucking spider, I be trying to fucking... That cricket outside I was trying to step on. He's like, he's in his habitat. They are in their habitat. Why are you doing that? Because I was just stomping all around.
Yeah, he is a nature conservation kid, but you don't think him seeing a live lemur that I say is this is your lemur, you don't think he's gonna bug and be like, I can't wait, let's name him da 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 da? You don't think so?
No, I don't think. I mean, I'm hoping that he's smart enough to even. We're not allowed to have that shit. First, it was stolen. So what, you gonna go lie to him?
Yo, D, I stole a lemur. Obviously, if I'm the type to steal a lemur from the zoo,
lie to him.
Listen, if I'm the type to steal a lemur from the zoo, I'm probably the type to lie to my kid too. I think that goes hand in hand, right?
So that's why
hypotheticals. So
you wouldn't bring a fucking lemur.
I'm asking you, would you hypothetical? Would you snitch on me? Would you rat on me?
We ain't gonna have a lemur, so of course you better be like, oh, I found this shit. Make that shit up.
All right. So what if I'm like, yo, I found it, and then we laying in bed watching the Channel 9 news, and they're like, Zakui, the lemur, is missing from the Santa Ana Zoo. More at 11. And it's the exact same lemur.
Better returning that shit. Oh, I'll know it. You would need to return that shit.
What if I'm like, I'm not returning it?
Then I'll Takashi your ass.
You would call the police on me? What?
No, you know what? I'll probably take it. I'll probably take it and be like, hey, I found this shit. Somebody gave me this shit in the street. Like, I'll take it to the SPCA right here. I'm like, here it is. I don't know what the fuck this is. And
you get caught, baby. You get in trouble.
Okay, and then I'll blame it on you.
So you would end up snitching. That's all I needed to know. I ain't doing no dirt with you. You out of here.
So don't bring a fucking lemur.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay, then.
It's just crazy that someone actually did this, and I hope that.
That's how you be acting.
And it's rare. So it's a very endangered animal. So hopefully they find her. But someone did this at the Santa Ana Zoo like 6 or 7 years ago, and they end up getting, I want to say, about 3 years in prison. Dude stole the monkey because he wanted a monkey. It's just crazy.
Only in Santa Ana.
Santa Ana. So before we get out of here, you got any shout outs? You want to shout out any of your people that you haven't already shouted out?
Oh, Wendy.
Shout out.
Wendy.
Bianca.
Thanks for not coming through. Shit. Oh, and then calling me a sellout.
She called you a sellout?
Yeah.
Why? Why'd you sell out?
Cause she
You ain't from the hood no more?
You saying that I'm not from the hood.
Ooh,
I'm like, please, all I updated
She kicked you out the video?
My bed sheets. And the temperature of my, then she said the pool. I'm like, yeah, the pool too, but that
people got pools in the hood.
Okay.
How was the mariscos today in the hood? Speaking of the hood, we had to take care of some business. We dipped out there. Shrimp tacos were fire. Shout out to, what is it? Mariscos Jalisco?
Yeah.
And it's over there off in East LA.
I was looking, but I couldn't remember the fucking name of the street.
Well, next time, what is it?
I did turn. It was Cesar Chavez.
It was?
But I had turned the other way. I had turned too far in.
That's why I said, are we on Soto? Because I felt like we were going back in circles. Mm-hmm. But I was like,
it's
you know
right
where you're going.
As soon as we crossed that bridge, that's where it's at.
So what's that one called?
Fuck, I forgot.
I think the neighborhood is, it's not the neighborhood, but the area is Tres Puntos.
But they started at what do you call it? On the lunch truck, and now they have their own restaurant.
So what do they do though? What type of mariscos?
The same, like over here, like the type of mariscos we fuck with, like shit like that.
Okay.
But it's just, I've been wanting to go to these tacos, mariscos Jalisco over here in Pomona.
Oh, they have one.
Supposedly I don't know if it's the same, but people are saying they're fire mariscos. But
okay. Well, shout out to Mariscos at Rafa. That's
I'll buy some low carb.
Those are pretty good. We had Rafa's at one time. Shout out to them again.
You know, we should actually go to them.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we were just in LA.
And I mean, it was a whim. I just couldn't find. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. People were driving me nuts with they driving. I'm like, I'm gonna go to my old people town and get, have people go around me or, just wave and whatever. But I don't have to. I just don't want to deal with all this fucking commotion out here. And that's why she's calling me a sellout.
Because you hadn't cheated on
her. Nah, it's not. It's a mission. Gotta get there. Today was pretty quick though.
Yeah, no, we were in and out. I mean, I took way too much time doing what I was doing, but other than that, it was a quick trip. But shout out to them. Their mariscos was fire. The shrimp tacos were fire. We had agua chile with a regular tostada. It was called a Poseidon.
It wasn't green as it usually.
No, it was red.
So remember I told you there's that chipotle in there, and I'm a fucking. You know what? I'm a fucking do that shit.
You can make a good one of that, but what got me was, so the only reason I got it was you said it was chipotle. So I was like, all right, cool. Because I normally don't like agua chile, especially your mom makes a good one, but sometimes when she's pissed at somebody, like your dad, she'll make that shit too fire, and it's just too hot for me. So, and then I knew we weren't gonna have any mayonnaise because they didn't offer it. So I was like, I gotta eat a dry.
And it was cool without though.
No, but the mayonnaise always helps me cut the heat. So it was chipotle. I got the smoky flavor, but as I was chewing the onions, the cebolla, whatever, I started tasting habanero. And I was like, man, I'm tasting habanero. And then I started sweating, profusely. And then it wasn't until I pulled one out my tooth, I was like, oh, they hide the habanero. So it was a chipotle habanero. It was fire. So just picture your regular pescado ceviche, because it was the bottom was fish, right? Mm-hmm. And then they scoop basically agua chile on top of that, but it's in a rojo sauce of chipotle and habanero, so it's fire.
No, what had habanero was the other shit, because they put layers of it.
That was the habanero, babe, is in their agua chile.
No.
It was, because I pulled it out my teeth. It was the same color.
I had on my teeth too.
I showed it to you in my tostada.
We didn't have access to a bathroom, and I won't put my hands in my mouth like if I'm in the street and shit. Like,
yeah, no, it was
I didn't
fire.
have a pick or nothing. But yeah, it was good.
I drove myself. But when in the Inland Empire, Chino, or I think Jurupa Valley, Mariscos El Rafa.
So we haven't been there for a minute.
No, we gotta go. That's my guy.
We've just been, eating well, so we,
Yeah, no.
But we can still eat well like that.
No, that's just, like I said, you have a meal, you have a tostada. What is my thing I get? The mitottada? No.
Mitotera.
Yeah, the mitotera, fire. Have me a couple tostadas with mayonnaise on it, I'm done. I'm good. Walk away. So check them out. Mariscos El Rafa, Chino, and Jurupa Valley. And then I was out in LA in my Day barbecue shirt. So shout out to Mr. Brown. Copped a brand new crib. So
nice.
Man, somebody I want to get on Mr. Brown level, in the near future. So shout out to you. Day barbecue is fire.
Since they fucked up my order.
Why? What happened? How'd they mess your order up?
I'm still mad.
What happened?
Nah, I had to go back and shit because this motherfucker didn't give me the.
What didn't give you? I'm just clowning. What happened?
He didn't give me part of my order. So he called me, and I'm like, fuck. That's when I noticed, and I had to go back.
Okay. Food is still fire.
Oh, yeah. That's why I say I never go back.
That's why your ass went back. If it wasn't, you would have kept driving, but you was mad and went back and got your shit.
But it's worth it.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we can say that just about a few spots.
Well, I'll just say this. The only reason I ain't been is because I'm trying to eat healthier. But, man, there's been many times I've been laying in bed thinking about the all-you-can-eat, fried chicken with those cinnamon waffles or whatever, the maple, whatever. Oh man! Or when he does the all-you-can-eat fish. Oh,
we should like
my next cheap breakfast will be that.
No, like put a goal in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I gotta earn it.
All right, once I lose 15 pounds, we'll go.
Yeah, once I get to 315, I'm gonna go to Day Days. I'm about 25 pounds away. I'll go to Day Days once I get to 315. But all right, folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I just want to appreciate you, or thank you guys for listening. We do appreciate you. Again, you've listened to the Moragnes. I am Diami. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Lisbon. You can find us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Moragne_media. Shout out to my guy Nice Rockwell, who you will hear behind us all the time. Check him out, DeLorean Music. Check him out on YouTube.
DeLorean?
DeLorean, like the car.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a big Back to the Future fan.
Oh, they're talking about Mandalorian.
No, not Mandalorian. The DeLorean.
I'm
the
like,
car.
Man, I can't wait.
Yeah, that drops Halloween, the day before Halloween. So we're gonna check that out as well. But thank you for listening to another episode of the Moragnes. Once again, I'm D Moragne. Take care of your people, man. But most importantly, love yourself so you can love them. And until next time.
Message.
I'm out.